Hi, Sipidinti here, founder of Small Business Growth Program. I welcome you to the implementation program. What I have today in this quick video for you is a recap of the program over the next 3 months, what we're going to explore, some of the broad topics in general. And what I want to do is walk you through a particular framework that we're going to use that you have uploaded in your course material, as well as in the different strategy sessions that we're going to have. So I just wanted to give you a broad perspective again on what to expect, what are some of the aspects that we're going to talk about, and what some of the things are that you're going to be able to build in your recession-proof business, right? The quickest way to go from where you are to build a $1 million business, a consulting firm, a real estate firm, a law office, a professional firm in the next 1 year is to implement the system that we've been implementing for a while called digitize, publicize, and monetize. And in this implementation program, that's exactly what we're going to work on. So let me go ahead here for a quick second and show you once again what these elements are and how they're going to play out. We first have your business model, right? In the business model, this is called the digitization portion of it. Here we're going to go ahead and talk about your business model itself. We're going to talk about your marketing model, your financial model, and help you understand and integrate a system that's easily manageable, right? One that's easy to control, that's easy to scale, and that can make you a lot of money quickly. The second thing we're going to talk about is your publication model, and specifically in terms of publicity, the way you can attract clients consistently, comprehensively. And in this model, we're going to talk about social, we're going to talk about digital, and lastly, traditional media as well, which still plays a big part in our lives, and how to integrate all three of those so you have a comprehensive, integrated marketing plan, right? Publicity program. And the last step of it, which is really what the juice is, right? The monetization of your skills, of your education, of everything you've built in your company, your services. And in terms of monetization, there's three specific strategic shifts that we're going to help you make. The first one relates to the way you operate, right? And specifically the way you publicize using workshops, using scaling techniques such as seminars, webinars or whatnot. And we're also going to explore strategic alliances and joint ventures and how to tap into different pools of talent that you can utilize into your business. And lastly, with a heavy focus on technology, how do you automate this process so that the entire workflow in terms of how to attract your client all the way till they pay you and they get on board and the way you deliver is scalable. So in the implementation program, that's the first step. Like I said, we're going to talk about your business strategy overall, right? In terms of your business, again, we're thinking of two specific things. Let me go ahead and jump here again for a second. We're going to explore. So if you think of your business model, your core business model, we have, oh, apologize for a second here. Let me pull this up. So your core business model, what we're going to do is help you get really streamlined using the 5M, patented 5M system that we've been using. So we'll help you identify one market, we'll help you identify one specific message and magnet that you can publicize to get those clients. We'll help you perfect one conversion mechanism that you can streamline, you can scale, and again, one marketing avenue, one source of real marketing that can just fill your pipeline, take you from a trickle into wherever you are into a situation which is a flood, which is truly where you need to go in terms of becoming recession proof. And lastly, we're going to talk about the 1 year money math framework, right? In terms of what you need in the next 1 year to break $1 million and working backwards in terms of attaining those into smaller chunks. So that gives you a broad understanding from your business perspective, what you can expect. We have your marketing model, as I mentioned earlier. We have digital, we have social, and we have traditional, and how do you integrate all of those so that you're walking away with more ROI in your pocket. Next, we're also going to explore your financial model. Here, we're talking about the money math, as I just mentioned to you. Some of the templates contain those strategies. You can go over them in more detail. But what we're going to do is help you identify and make a forecast that you can stick with as you're walking through this process. In terms of pricing strategy, We'll help you break down different pricing, products, strategies, services, so that you can have different pools for different people, but help you streamline in a way so that you can scale easily. And so let me jump here again for a second and show you some of the ways that you can um, build a sustainable, scalable pricing model in your law firm, in your professional practice. If you think about the way you price yourself, there's the actual time, the profits that you can get out of it, and there's the time period, your actual commitment in terms of how long a client's going to stay with you, right? An entire cycle. What we want to do is help you develop two streams. One is a low-end product that most people can get in through. This is easily scalable, so this can be, for example, a 2K product that lasts for a 3-month commitment, right? It's easy, there's a low commitment in terms of timing, maybe a couple hours a month. That's all your commitment is. Next, we want to have a tier so that people, let me use another color here. Let me go ahead and use blue. A tier 2 for even better, even premium clients of yours who perhaps even pass through the first step. And this is a way to upsell them into the second program. This can be, for example, a 2K month program, a 1-year course broken down into 2K a month, or it can be a 10K program which contains something else, 6 month. Here we have 2K, we upsell them into the 10K, and lastly we can have your ideal super premium cherry on top type of clients, 10K per month or enterprise level, somebody you can, again, that requires a lot of time, requires a lot of commitment, but will pay the bills and can feed the meat and potatoes off your bank account. So in terms of pricing models, we'll help you break down those specific ones and help you set it up that way. Next we have, let me jump here, we have your screening strategy. Again, it's using technology so that your screening process is easy. You're working with only the premium clients that you want to deal with, no free riders, no freeloaders. Having a bankruptcy practice for many, many years and having dealt with thousands of people, I know there are many people who are out there looking for free information. So what we want to do is help you filter through that process, help you screen and qualify in a way that's automated, doesn't require you to do anything at all, right? Next, we have pre-selling strategies here. We want to be able to deploy different strategies ahead of time so that by the time someone's talking to you, they're already sold. They've seen you, they've identified you, you've built authority, they trust you, they've seen the process, they visualize themselves through your program, through your services, and finally, they're ready to take the next step, which is for you to show up and pitch and close. So we'll definitely talk about that as well in terms of a systematic step-by-step process where you can perfect a pitch that's simple, that's powerful, and that's high conversion, right? We've been using one for 10 plus years now that we've nailed down to a science, and we're going to show you and share with you all these different strategies that you can deploy right away. So that's also contained as one of the strategies that we're going to work with you and help you so that you have a smooth closing pitch. After that, all this process is really now an art and a science, right? Let me jump here again to a quick second and show you, by implementing this sort of system, what you can expect in your business, right? What are some of the things that you'll be able to walk out with and deploy very easily? So number one, think of it this way. Here's your first step. Your ads are being built. Let's say I'm going to use Facebook. Next step is for them to come to a landing page where you're going to screen them. Now prior to this, you're building out the model. This is what I talked about, your business model, marketing model, technology model, and also your financial model, right? This is step one. You build it, deploy the ads, so Facebook and Google, let's say those two are engaged. Next, to go to a landing page, you're screening them, you're qualifying them, you're engaging them, and the workflow gets triggered. After this time, you capture their information, they come to another page where you educate and pre-sell them. Behind the scenes, automation kicks in. So they're being nurtured, they're being educated, they're being incentivized to take the next step with you, and all of those point them back to the next step, where they're coming back into your conversion point, right? Whether it's a webinar, whether it's a seminar, whether it's a one-on-one appointment, or maybe even a phone call. But what we want to do is prepare them ahead of time prior to talking to you. And finally, after this, we come to the point where you're going to pitch and close. And after this, it's the delivery starts, right? This is what ultimately you want to focus on as a business owner, as a CEO in your company, as the attorney, as a doctor, right? As a professional who's solving your client's problem. All you want to be involved is in this portion of it, right? Being the architect, so you set the blueprint, and then involved right here, you pitch and close. All of this other stuff, here, 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 and here, is happening behind the scenes with technology without you having to do anything. All you're doing is building it, launching it, and then perfecting your pitch so you can deliver in style. And from here, we want to make sure that referrals are being generated, right? So in terms of a scaling strategy, what I just showed you is a system that can be easily scaled. With this sort of a model, you can deal with 20, 30, 40 more people in your office, in your firm per month without sweating a bro, right? All you might have to do is hire a few additional staff, a few helping hands, somebody to make some phone calls and follow up perhaps, and that's really about it. Everything else is taken care of behind the scenes. So in terms of scaling and expansion, that's how I want you to think about it in your business, having a system that's easily manageable. And so the point of all this is so that you have a recession-proof business. At the end of the day, in a year or so, you want to build $1 million practice. This is the way to go. I have one last slide for you before you leave here today, and that is your recession-proof business. What's contained in it? How does it work? Right? It covers your business model, your marketing model, your technology model, and your financial model. And all of this is frameworked within the legal model. Now, although I'm a business attorney, I have to give you the disclaimer, and I've given you this, that I'm not going to actually teach you or coach you or advise you on any legal matters. However, I've used my knowledge and education and understanding of the law to build within the framework ahead of time all the things that you need to do, right? So all the strategies that I discuss are completely compliant. There's a few warnings and disclaimers that you might have to give, but again, we have checkpoints to make sure all those things are in place. So that's where your entire business, in a way, is in a box, right? So you have the way you operate it, the way you manage it, the way you can scale it, and the way you can monetize it. So these are the four big pillars that we're going to talk about. And all these things in between are managed by technology. Everything that you see here is controlled by technology. So that's what we're going to work through in this implementation program. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to join us in the Facebook group and ask us there. I welcome you again officially. I look forward to growing your business to $1 million in the next 1 year. That's it for now. Sipinity here. See you on the other side.